Welcome back to
Two Peas, One Podcast.
What are you holding in your hand?
This is my electrical, what's it called? Electrical pulse device that helps me with sore muscles. And you can place it in different places on your body. Currently, I have it on my left shoulder.
Okay, I was like, you look like you're holding like an iPhone 5.
So little, right?
Yeah.
It does look
What
like
is
that.
going on?
And it's plastic. Feel it.
Yeah, that looks exactly like an iPhone 5.
Yeah.
See. Oh, okay. I should try this.
Yeah, you should.
Might have to
I'm
sneak
surprised
from you.
I forgot. I must have. Yeah, I could show you. I think I did show you.
No, you didn't.
Anyway.
Anyways, welcome back, people. Sorry, I was so like caught off guard. I was like, I thought she was holding an iPhone 5. I'm like, it's like 2025. Like, where did you even get that from? Like,
if I look, I probably have my first iPhone somewhere around here.
I'm like, who's even selling those anymore?
And my first my second BlackBerry.
Oh yes, I remember that BlackBerry.
You remember?
Yes, I used to play that little game on your hat. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, I like.
Funny, I didn't think you would remember.
I remember that because I would always ask you to play on that little game on your phone. It was like the game where like you have to keep the ball like and hit the blocks and stuff like that.
Okay. I think I remember. Yeah. It sort of bounced down.
Yeah.
Go up. Yeah. That's addictive.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Anyway.
Yes, back in the what did they say? The early aughts.
Yeah. Well, this was like the
early aughts.
Mid to late aughts.
Yeah.
So I was born in the early aughts.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I said, welcome back, you all. We were reminiscing, so sorry about that. But
what episode is this?
This is episode 32.
Whoop whoop.
32. 32 feeling blue.
32. No, 32 is I was 32 when you and your brother were born.
So
yes. This is quite the moment I'm having.
Yeah, you should be super happy about this.
I am. I'm super happy about both of my children.
Yes. So anyways.
Listen to you. Yes.
Yeah. Well, duh. If you weren't happy about it, we'd have some problems.
Oh, is that right? Sorry, I didn't mean to, get on your bad side.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Okay. But anyway. So, welcome back to episode 32. And this week, it's been an interesting week. Just a lot of like, remnants of things going on. Obviously, we're going to start out with our news / pop culture. Quickly, though, you said you wanted to mention Cardi B real quick.
Yes. So Cardi dropped her album on Friday. Today is September 21st. Do you remember? The 21st day.
September 21st night.
Oh
my
21st night of September. We just have to honor the icons, also known as Earth, Wind, and Fire.
She doesn't even remember.
So we are recording this on September 21st. And Cardi dropped her new album Friday, September 19th. I have not listened to the entire album. I listened to half of it, and I was impressed. I think right now, the one that sticks in my mind is the one, sort of the single that she released first, which is, I think, called, what is it called? Original Playlist? Something like that.
I don't know.
I have to look it up. Anyway, check it out. Cardi released her second album, and she announced her fourth pregnancy.
These men need to get up off Cardi, for real. Get off of her. I swear to God, it's like I feel the same way with like Rihanna. She's like, I'm pregnant again. I'm like, Release the album. Stop releasing babies.
You know what? I was like, I don't know if we're getting another album for from Rihanna.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can have hope. I think she will. Maybe she'll try with this. I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. This was about Cardi.
It's been almost 10 years.
She dropped her album and she announced her soon to be dropping fourth baby.
Yeah, soon to be released.
Yes. With her boyfriend, who I know literally nothing about other than he's dating Cardi. So
he's like a football player.
I know that, but
anyways,
shout out to Cardi for just being extremely entertaining and very authentic and also talented.
That court drama actually served as like good PR for her.
Literally. Literally, this girl keeps me in stitches, and she's just like, it's, at least for me, it's hard not to like Cardi. Like the same thing with her and Megan. It's hard not to like either one of them. And Glow, the little rap girlies out here. But anyway, shout out to Cardi. Check out the album if you haven't. And so back over to you, host A.
Yes. So for news this week, that was just a little sidebar. But for news this week, we've got a couple of stories for y'all. First things first, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Kimmel and him being suspended indefinitely, quote unquote, from Disney/ABC.
Okay.
And so this is about his comments regarding Charlie Kirk, which has been happening to a lot of people lately, where like people have been losing their jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, Disney owned ABC pulled Jimmy Kimmel's late night show off the air indefinitely for some controversial, quote unquote, comments he made about Charlie Kirk and the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk. And I read what he said and I was like, are we serious? Like this, he got suspended over this. And so I'll read some of what he said. So Jimmy Kimmel was saying, basically, like he was criticizing Donald Trump and the MAGA gang, quote unquote, for trying to frame, like, score political points essentially, and like trying to frame the killing of Charlie Kirk as like a left wing
right
action, I guess. And so he specifically said, quote, the MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this. Oops, excuse me. Hiccup.
You okay, Mom?
Sorry. Yeah, characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it, Kimmel said on his show. Quote, in between the finger pointing, there was grieving, he added. And he continued to criticize Trump and his reaction to the shooting. And he said, quote unquote, quote, this is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he calls a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, Kimmel added. So, yes, so the remarks angered conservatives and triggered pushback from the Trump administration. So I believe it was the Trump appointed head of broadcasting that said, like, you need to take his show off the air.
Yeah, he's like, is it the head of the FTC, Federal Trade Commission? I think that's what it is. Or
I saw that it was like the head of broadcasting or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
One of his
somebody
minions.
Yes, somebody.
You said somebody.
Yes, somebody. Somebody did. Well, yes. So
that's enough. We don't need to know more.
You're right. You're right. So it was the FCC who, head of the FCC's chairman, who said that he had a strong case for taking action against Kimmel, which is just insane because, first of all, free speech is just like, for the party, for the people in this country, like the right has always been like, free speech, I can say whatever I want, blah, 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 blah. But now they're trying to, like, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Like, you can say all the slurs you want, but like, God forbid somebody clap back, and all of a sudden now you have an issue. Now we need to be regulating this speech in this country. And it's just insane, because it's not like he got on air and like was like, yay, Charlie Kirk is dead, woohoo, because that's just, I mean, that would be something else entirely. But he was just criticizing MAGA and the reactions and President Donald Trump, which we already know Trump does not like when people criticize him, and he has threatened literally everybody on earth at this point for talking negative about him.
I mean, such a baby.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I can't even, like, babies cry.
Babies are justified.
Yeah, because that's how they communicate.
Yeah, right? That's an offense to babies.
Yes,
I'm sorry
exactly.
to babies.
Sorry to all the babies out there.
Sorry to the babies.
I didn't mean to say that.
He did not mean to slander you. Okay, he's not one of you. I'm sorry.
He is lacking in effective communication skills. We all know that.
Yeah.
To express himself. Use your words. They should have used that more when he was growing up.
Yeah, use your words.
But that would have meant someone was actually parenting him. So never mind.
I mean, ooh. But yeah.
Okay, don't cancel our tiny podcast.
I mean, I agree. Imagine if you like came after.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
Girl, okay.
Exactly.
It's just us two.
Exactly. It's just the two of us. It's fun on the mic.
Just literally just us two.
You know.
So yeah, but
I don't know what to tell you.
People have been calling for people to boycott Disney because of this. I don't remember it was like a lot of actors and actresses coming out saying like it was Rosie O'Donnell, she's a comedian, who said that like people should be boycotting Disney. It was Cynthia Nixon, she was in Sex and the City,
right,
who also said that like you need to cancel your subscriptions to Disney Plus. And yeah, they've been a lot of people I was another woman's, her name is Tatiana Maslany.
Okay.
She was in She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Which does stream on Disney. And she's urging people to cancel their subscriptions. So
yeah. It's so we're down in the weeds of everything now, sort of the tactical moves that are being made. But if we back up and look at the bigger picture of what's actually happening, it is unconstitutional. And so now there's been so much crap. And I mean, I know that the audience knows this, and I know that you, host A, know this. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm really saying this for myself as a reminder that this is all unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. And instead of really taking a pause and thinking about all of the things that have been happening that are unconstitutional, and many of them, illegal, mm-hmm. Then we really do have, we're in a bad spot. We're in a really bad spot. And so now, I guess as a coping mechanism, we're all sort of grasping onto these tactical things that are happening and arguing about them, when really, we know, they know that it's, unconstitutional, and in a lot of cases illegal.
I know I'm coming.
They know I'm coming.
You said that. That's what I thought. But yeah, it's
and they know And when I get there, I'm going to do the best job I could possibly do. Shout out to Cat Williams
But
for that quote.
yeah, but yeah, it's just insane because it's like this flies in the face of like everything that like, MAGA nuts on the right has been saying and like all the Republicans.
Not
and
MAGA
stuff.
nuts. I was unprepared.
The maggots. That's what they call it.
Oh no, they
The
call maggots.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a
Okay,
good one.
that's I don't know how I feel about that one.
That's a good one.
I just
Sorry to the maggots. But yeah,
we've apologized to babies
and now
apologized
maggots.
to maggots, and we're only 10 minutes into the show.
Literally,
this is going to be interesting. So no,
Yeah.
the MAGA nuts, that hit me, in a good spot. I feel like that's very funny.
Yeah, but it's just it just flies in the face of like everything that they've been advocating for. Cause like, Charlie Kirk was one of those like nut jobs who was like freedom of speech, like blah blah blah, and all these people who like they place so much importance on the Constitution and yet don't follow it. Like, do as I say, not as I do, essentially.
These people are unserious, but dangerous because they've been empowered by people who are also unserious, yet very dangerous.
Yes. And we need an uprising like now, y'all, because this is out of control. Like this administration is so out of control. And maybe y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? Like, that's so bad. This is like, we have seen that this man does not care about what's legal. Like, not even what's right, because what's right is like not necessarily what's legal.
Right.
But
say that.
Like, what's legal does not matter to him. Like,
No.
What's legal does not matter to this man or anybody else that he's come in contact with. They are so short-sighted and self-absorbed, they cannot see beyond what exclusively affects them. And they don't understand anything.
Right.
Like, they seriously don't understand anything. So
they have intentionally isolated themselves and lived in a bubble. But what, the people know, a lot of us know, is that you may believe, these folks can believe that what's going on and all of the harm and violence that's happening, even when I say violence, not just physical violence, but violence in terms of policies and laws and things like that. Play this out to the end. How do you think this ends? Do you care? It reminds me of that movie, Don't Look Up. Did you see that movie, Don't Look Up?
No.
Yeah, so check it out. It reminds me of the movie Don't Look Up, where, those in power are doing all types of whack stuff. And they plan to, exit the earth and then come back. And when they come back, it's a funny scene of what happens to one of the people in power. So ultimately, the things that they are doing will impact them negatively. But like you said, they're so short-sighted, they don't get it. So, and on that note, I am going to end my little pontification because my daughter was like, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Girly pots.
Anyways, so so that's that story. More to come on that, I guess. And this next story, my boy Luigi.
Oh God, okay.
So I don't know if
Please
y'all
don't
saw, but the judge in the case against Luigi Mangione, he dismissed the terrorism charges against him. So it was on Tuesday, September, what was it, the 16th? Yeah, it was the 16th.
You're asking the wrong person.
It was the 16th. So,
I don't know.
So they dismissed the charges against him for terrorism. Like, his whole case hasn't been thrown out. But the state originally charged him with first-degree murder and also terrorism. And the judge, Judge Gregory Caro, um, granted the defense's motion to dismiss the terrorism charges against him. So this is from CNN, and this is a quote from what the judge said regarding dismissing these charges. So it says, quote, while the people place great emphasis on defendant's ideological motive, there is no indication in the statute that a murder committed for ideological reasons, in this case the defendant's apparent desire to draw attention to what he perceived as inequities or greed within the American healthcare system, fits the definition of terrorism without establishing the necessary element of intent to intimidate or coerce. Caro wrote in his decision to dismiss the 2 terror-related charges. Oh my gosh, another hiccup, y'all.
I'm going to burp you.
Oh my God.
Talk about nostalgia.
So, and I believe he is charged with second-degree murder, which is obviously less severe than first.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, I wonder about that. But
I mean, shout out to him, I guess.
Yeah.
For his legal team.
I mean, yeah, good for them.
It seems like a first degree. I don't know. I'm not following. I'm not in the fan club of Sir Luigi.
Yeah.
So I don't know all the deets.
Yeah. But so yeah, the charges for terrorism were dismissed, which was deserved because they did not have a case for terrorism. And I'm not like a lawyer or anything like that, obviously. I'm just a girl with a podcast.
You could be. I support it. Let's do it.
I'm not going to be. I'm already in grad school.
I said let's do it.
Are you paying for law school?
I said let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not taking no for an answer.
Exactly.
We'll go together.
On your dime.
Yeah, we'll go together.
Girl.
I'll go too.
But yeah, so essentially the charges were dropped, and deservedly so, because they didn't have a case for terrorism. Terrorism is typically defined as like attacks on multiple civilians, typically, or attacks on multiple people, and not just a singular individual. And the intent has to be to like intimidate, essentially, or like there has to be clear ideological motives behind the killing. And I guess you could argue ideological motives behind this killing, but you can't really argue intimidation, and you can't like he is alleged to have only shot one person.
Correct.
So this isn't necessarily a terrorism. Like they don't have a case for terrorism. Like they were
terrorism against the one person that he murdered.
I mean, sure,
allegedly,
but you know, as it applies in the legal sense, you know what I mean? But yeah, so
okay.
It's true. Like, what do you want me to say? It's true.
You know, I'm just having an insight. And granted, I'll give you the fact that it's very delayed. Is that the last few sort of big public shootings are young white men.
Yeah.
So you got this,
Duh.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Pork found in kitchen. Okay.
Okay, you didn't have to do me like that. You really didn't have to do me like that. You chose violence.
What can I say?
We're trying to
you saying this like it's a surprise.
Look, I really can't stand these little kids. But that said, let me finish my thought. And so whether it was this Charlie Kirk situation or the alleged or Trump assassination last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one I was just thinking of? Oh, this one, the Ouija one. Doesn't it seem odd? And all the guns that are out here and just random people having access to lots of guns. Anyway, I just wanted to recognize a pattern, or as we used to say back in the day, a pattern.
Okay.
So if you know, you know. So anyway, carry on, dear.
But yes, so essentially, yeah, I mean, as you pointed out, it's all like white guys. Because duh.
What's going on?
We know what's going on. We know what's going on.
I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Okay. But anyways, so.
And not from those with a political agenda. There, I'm done.
Okay. Well, they have a political agenda. The horse has a political agenda. So.
Okay.
Now what?
Okay.
Anyway.
Again, more violence.
Yeah.
This is so unprovoked.
But yeah, so I'm glad that terrorism charges got dropped because they were just essentially trying to throw the book at this man. Like I remember when this stuff first broke out and everything, and like he was arrested, and they were like clearly trying to make some like big statement about like, like, oh my gosh, like how could this guy, like they were treating him like the Joker. Like remember
I remember I was like,
they perp walked him and there's like 40 cops and like Eric what's his face, the mayor of New York,
Adams,
Eric Adams, like walking next to him, and I'm like, he is alleged to have shot one guy. One man.
It's very specific.
One man. And he just went up to him and shot him. It's not like he carried out this super elaborate plan.
Girl, I was like, okay, which production assistant, director, TV director helped to orchestrate this, promo
Seriously.
for the last season of America? The final season of America. One of my friends would say that.
We're so doomed.
One of my friends would say that. Shout out to you. You know who you are, Angie.
Yeah. But anyways, so that's that. And
okay. No, go ahead.
But yeah, we hope, at least I hope, for Luigi's continued success. And yeah, that's
do we live in the same house?
We do.
I don't know what goes on her side of the interwebs.
You're mad. Anyways.
But I wanted to add, this was my real thought before you chose violence, about me recognizing the shooters in this case are these young white men with access to guns. And it's like, okay, so what makes them think that the solution is killing someone?
We don't have time to get into all that.
I know we're not going to, but that's the question I'm, and this should be something for you too, Jose, because you are, in the field of understanding human,
I know the
behavior.
reason. We can't get into it. It's too much.
Okay, so we can talk about that offline. But I just want to posit that to our listeners, our slew of listeners. Shout out to you who do listen. Please remember to rate and review the show. Anyway,
oh my God.
Shameless plug. But yeah, I want us to think about that. Why is violence the first choice? Or maybe it's not the first choice, but why is going and murdering someone even on the table?
It's just
the question.
That's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
But think about it, y'all.
Anyways, so moving on to our last story, and this one it's interesting. So
make it good, girl.
It is good.
Okay.
So
let's get it.
Says, this is from Need to Know UK, and it says, quote, Britain's most tattooed man claims he is unable to watch porn as new age check system mistakes his ink for a mask. So, yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say.
So it says,
sir.
So it
sounds personal.
Britain's most tattooed man has claimed that he has been unable to pass the newly rolled out age checks for porn sites as his facial ink is mistaken for a mask. King of Inkland, King Body Art, the Extreme Inkite, has written to his local MT to air his grievances. I don't even know. The 45-year-old from Birmingham has spent over 106,000 hours, 106,000, 1,600, 1,600 hours under the needle, but his look is now causing an issue with accessing sexy content. And
Sexy?
you want to see a picture of this man? He looks horrifying.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness. Why?
Why?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to yourself, sir? You don't need to be watching porn. You need to be trying to go and see a dermatologist.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I think his eyes are tattooed too. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to feel sorry that you're not able to watch porn. We've already discussed on this show the damage that porn is doing to our societies.
Yeah. I didn't even know you could get like your eyes tattooed until recently. So, yeah. Anyways, so continuing on, this says, since Friday, July 25th, porn sites in the UK must conduct strict age checks to ensure users are over the age of 18. This includes supplying a credit card and a photo ID that matches a selfie. For King of Inkland, this is particularly as this tricky as the system believes he's wearing a mask, but it's actually his tattoo cover face. If it keeps asking me to remove my face, the entrepreneur told me to know. I can't just do a Nicolas Cage or a John Travolta like in Face Off. All this proves is that technology and AR are discriminatory and not set up for people with facial tattoos. I have a hard time feeling bad for this man because, first of all, it's porn he's trying to access.
Yeah.
And second of all, nobody told you to do all that. Okay? Like, if you look up a picture of this man, it's like he has a blue tattoo all over his face.
Yes.
And his eyes, the whites of his eyes are tattooed.
Oh.
They're black.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even see that. Let me see it again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
And he's like...
It's an obsession.
Nobody told you to do all that.
Is this an obsession, would you say?
I don't know what's wrong with this man. I don't know. I'm not fit to diagnose this man.
You're right. That's why we're going to law school.
Law. Okay.
I forgot.
It says the King of Inkland, who is now considering using a VPN, was attempting to access a live webcam website when the issue arose. At the moment, he feels stuck with no clear solution. He said, "I feel like I'm being punished for being me by not being able to access porn."
But you know what I bet you could get access to? Some library books. Try that and stay off the porn sites.
Use your imagination. Oh my God. Anyways. Let me continue this article. So it says, no matter how different or alternative you look, there is no place for discrimination, especially from technology. He can't access the porn he wants right now, King of Inkland has turned to a few friends in the industry to get his sexy fix. This guy is horrifying to look at. He added, I'm used to having my ID declined sometimes because of my legal name and tattoos, but constantly asking me to remove my mask is frustrating. This is who I am. Why is it trying to change me? So
decisions have consequences. Sometimes they're positive and in your favor, and sometimes they're not.
Yeah. And this is not like, I want to be clear here. We are not bashing people with tattoos. I have tattoos. You have a tattoo.
You have one tattoo.
I have two technically. But
where's the other one?
This one and then this one. Because I got this one after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to.
No, I would not announce it on the podcast. Okay. I don't want all that carnage.
Because immediately I was getting mad.
Yeah, I could tell. So yeah.
So sorry.
But yeah, this guy is like, I don't feel bad that he's not able to access his porn. And I also like, it's like, I don't want to, like, we're not discriminating against people with tattoos because tattoos are cool. But also at the same time, if you tattoo your entire face, you should foresee some problems.
Yeah.
Like, as in photo ID or like facial recognition.
And then you get mad because
yeah.
you're wearing a mask. Sir, you are literally wearing a mask.
Yeah, you tattooed it onto your face.
Yes. So I don't know how you want to be. Yeah. I mean, it sucks for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's this story. I just thought that was funny because I'm like, okay, sir. Like, people have real issues going on.
I know. Listen, he has the gall to write letters and send emails.
Yeah.
And then, people are sort of like, oh, okay, well, what's going on? Let's look this guy up. And they see his picture and we're all like,
oh,
be serious.
I'm not saying.
Come on, please.
No.
Please, I'd love to hear you say it. Why won't you say it?
Because I don't want to. I'm not a one-trick pony or whatever.
Okay. But you don't have to have so much edge in your voice, though.
She always tries to do this. That's why I have so much edge in my voice. But anyways.
Again, going back to my earlier statements, these little kids get on my nerves.
So, anyways, that's the story. And that is the end of our news segment. And now we are going to get over into Reddit stories. So, host B, you are up first.
I'm first?
Yes.
Should I believe you?
Yeah, you should.
Well,
it's too late for you to check. So now what?
It really is. But you know what? I'm up for the challenge because I have some good Reddits today. Believe it or not. Okay. So let's get together with our first Reddit. This is from the subreddit, Am I the Jerk?
All right.
But it's titled, which is interesting. It's in the subreddit, Am I the Jerk? But they title the Reddit, Am I the Asshole?
That's just kind of the default for people.
I know. I was just sort of, recognizing a little.
We don't really care.
Okay, that's it.
You're mad.
That's it. The disrespect is really starting to make me upset. Watch yourself.
Okay, Mom.
See, that's what I like.
Girl.
Okay, so the title is, Am I the Asshole for Ending My Relationship After My Girlfriend Started Talking to Her Ex Again? Ooh. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I, 25 male, and my ex-girlfriend, 24, have been dating for 8 months. Things were going pretty well until a couple of weeks ago when she told me her ex reached out. They do have a way of doing that. She said they were just catching up and that it was nothing serious, nothing to worry about.
Sure. That's what they all say.
That's what we always say.
They all say.
I tried to be understanding, of course. First mistake. I don't mean to say that, but it sort of is a little bit, depending on the ex.
True.
But over the next days, I noticed she was constantly on her phone, texting, and sometimes stepping outside to take calls. Oh, so many red flags. Mm-hmm. When I asked about it, she admitted she had been talking to her ex almost every day. She insisted nothing physical happened and that they were just friends now. Okay.
I don't believe that.
Still, it felt wrong to me because she started keeping her phone on silent and turning the screen away when I was near.
Yeah, what?
I told her it made me uncomfortable and I didn't feel respected in the relationship. She said, of course she did, I was being insecure and that I should trust her. They all say that.
Why don't you do things that make you trust?
Yes.
Like make you trustworthy though.
After thinking about it for a few days, I decided to end things. I felt like the emotional connection she had with me was not the same anymore. Mm-hmm. Now some of my friends think I overreacted since she never cheated physically. They say I should have trusted her. Others say I did the right thing because she crossed the line.
Yeah, she hadn't cheated yet. She was just gearing up to.
Am I the jerk for breaking up with her even though nothing sexual happened? That you know about. Okay, so I don't mean to be that girl, but I see both sides of this, to be honest. Okay, so let's get into some of the comments for this young man. All right, so let's see here. Wait. Is this, am I? Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. Sorry. That's on me. Okay, not funny. Okay, so here we go with the first comment. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Sounds odd to me based on your brief summary. Not the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Next comment that we'll get into is not the jerk. It's refreshing to see someone on Reddit with a spine. Okay. And all right. Next one. Maybe she's trustworthy. Who knows? Moot point, in my humble opinion. The real concerns for me are that she threw you in the you're insecure. That is like the death spiral.
Yeah.
And that to me, is a manipulation tactic. Preach. Nobody wants to be insecure or perceived as such. So a great way to shut someone down. And she didn't care about her relationship with you. Not sure she really heard your concerns and very understandable reaction. She did not care about them, sir. I think you did the right thing, and I think your friends don't get a vote in your love life.
Say that.
That part. Okay. Excuse me. Someone else comments to that comment. The whole you're insecure, especially when delivered after an attempt to have a thoughtful discussion of one's feelings, and is such an undermining tactic of manipulation and deflection. Why can I say that word today?
I do not know.
I don't know, me either. The subtitles on that read, your feelings and intuition are valid, and I am not acknowledging or taking accountability for it. I learned to always take that kind of reverse admission. Again, you made the right move.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am done with the comments, and I turn it over to the illustrious, the audacious host A.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So definitely not the jerk, because she was acting real shady. And maybe she hadn't been cheating on you or whatever, but she was clearly carrying on with her ex in a way she didn't want you to know about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just extremely inappropriate.
Right.
It's extremely inappropriate. And it's like, it's just not like, why are you texting your ex? Like, I feel like when you're in a new relationship, like,
right. Excuse me.
when you have now ended the previous relationship and you move on to the next one, like, you all don't have to be on bad terms, but
Right.
like, you can't be friends, in my opinion. I don't think you can really be like you can be friendly,
Right.
but you can't just, I don't think you can keep an ex around like that, especially in the way that she's doing, because it just comes off as wildly inappropriate, like, regardless of whether or not there's like something more nefarious going on. Like,
Right.
she's leaving the room to make calls, like, he's texting her constantly. She's like turning her phone away from you, like, because she doesn't want you to see what she's typing. Like, this is all just like very inappropriate. So, not the jerk for breaking up with her, because that's just like, sir, you should have done it sooner. That's what I'm gonna say. You should have done it sooner, but I'm glad you did it, because she and her ex can have each other as far as I'm concerned. So
those are your thoughts.
Yes, those are my thoughts.
Okay.
Old girl probably ran right back to him. So
maybe. I mean, so I like I said a moment ago, I see both sides of this. They're both young. He's 25, she's 24. And so I agree with you when you say, you know, with an ex, it's not a good idea to be quote unquote friends with them, especially when you are starting a new relationship. This relationship has been going on for 8 months. So, in the larger scheme of things, that's still, it's it's the nurturing phase of the relationship. For lack of a better term, I'll use that, and getting to know each other and things like that. And so you have to give the relationship room to breathe and to grow and get to know one another before there's like, hey, there's a friend that I have, he's an ex, or this person is an ex, but they reach out from time to time. Let's talk about how we are going to deal with, exes, because everybody has a history. I mean, at this age, probably not much of a history, but we all have a history of romantic partners. Most people at this age do. So I see both sides of it. And I also see that, her saying you're insecure. I mean,
Yeah, I
that
forgot
part
about that
is
part.
like,
That's crazy.
that's rough. That's like a deadly, deadly blow that, like one of the commenters said, that shuts down the conversation immediately because, most people don't want to be seen as insecure. But, I say flip the script on her. Be like, yeah, I'm insecure. Let's talk about it. You
Or
know what
just
I
like,
mean?
I don't even think he's being insecure. Like, he's reasonably upset that like she's constantly texting and calling her ex.
Well, yeah, I'm sort of being facetious when I say that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm insecure. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about this. But they broke up, and so there you go. Problem solved in a way. But going forward, OP, I would say, like has been said, don't necessarily, you can consult with your friends, but the decision is up to you in terms of, something like this happens again in a relationship.
I feel that.
So, you have intuition, and also sometimes, especially at this young age and even at an older age, you do have to let people go.
Yeah.
And you said this, host A, you don't have to be enemies or anything like that, but sometimes you just have to let them go. And that's just what it is.
Like, you can be amicable,
Yeah.
You don't have to hate each other. But like people who are like, oh my gosh, it's totally fine to be like friends with an ex. I'm like, if you're single, sure. In a relationship, um, I'd maybe, and I'm not saying it can't work. I'm sure in some cases it absolutely can, but like, I wouldn't make that a practice of like being friends with my exes. Like, unless we really had like a
Friendship.
good friendship, like maybe before the relationship,
Right.
then maybe. But at the same time, it's just like, hurt feelings involved and everything.
Yeah.
Like everything, it's just it gets too messy. So in my opinion, like you should try to keep that distance, that healthy distance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I'd say I would qualify it this way, like an ex, as in, oh, we were exclusive, we were in a relationship, this was my person, is one thing. An ex, in terms of, yeah, we hung out a little bit, we weren't like, that wasn't my person, but we definitely have a history together. Like, that,
even, even there, I'd still be a little bit careful just because.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be careful. I'm just saying that sometimes the people are friends, and then, they sort of dip their toes in that other,
They
expand.
explore
Exactly.
other
Yeah.
areas.
And then they're like, I think we're good as friends.
Yeah,
And
I get
so,
that.
yeah,
I get
like,
that.
a lot of this comes with maturity and,
I feel
not thinking about people as your possession. They're not your possession. And sometimes you have to let them go for the good of them and for the good of yourself. And yeah, so that's what I have to say on the issue.
That's true. All right.
Yeah, shout out to you. What's your name? OP. Yeah, you don't really need to come on the show.
Seems like you got it figured out.
No, but yeah, no
So,
offense. No
yeah.
offense. Good luck to you.
No disrespect.
Exactly. Over to you, host A.
So, this is both of my posts are from Am I the Asshole this week. But so yeah, so like I said, this is from
You look really happy about this.
It's a good one. But my last one, that's really a good one.
Okay, I'll be the judge of that.
It is. But okay, so it says, am I the asshole for not wanting to tolerate my boyfriend's 18M overly stingy behavior towards me, 18F anymore?
Oh my God, 18?
So, yeah.
These children are dating?
Yes, these infants, literally.
Okay.
So it says, I've 18 female, been with my boyfriend 18 male for about 8 months now, and I'm beginning to build some resentment towards him about money. For context, we both have a decent amount of money saved from working part-time jobs. He's really into gaming, technology, etc. In the past months, he's spent thousands on parts for his PC, got himself the new AirPods Pro 3, and is planning to get the new iPhone 17 when it comes out. So
the Pro 3, is that the new one they've been advertising?
I think so, yeah. So it says, I don't have a problem with this, but when it comes to me, everything feels so transactional.
Ooh,
Like it
I'm
has
triggered.
Like it has to be 100% equal. For example, he paid for something small for me, less than £5, I think that is.
Okay,
This
it's in Brits. Where?
Like,
oh, girl, I don't know.
I think it's I'm gonna look it up real quick. What is this? What is this? Do 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 do.
Or you know what? More appropriately, do you remember? Dun, dun. Yeah, no, I won't do it. Girl, it doesn't matter.
I'm curious. Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna say pounds.
Yes.
So it's £5. So he paid for something small for me, less than £5. He would make it known that I need to pay for something for him that's equal in value to make up for it.
I'm so triggered.
Even on my birthday, he couldn't help but mention that I'd be surprised at how much it ended up costing. It comes across as overly suspicious about me taking advantage of him, even though I'm certain that I've proven to myself that I'm not a gold digger or whatever. Even the first time we went out, I offered to split the bill, so I know I've not done anything to confirm these suspicions. Additionally, I was happy to pay for things for him at the beginning and not expect anything back. This is how relationships and even friendships have usually worked for me in the past. She's like so upset.
I can't. I'm immobilized.
But him aggressively making sure everything's 50-50 was so off-putting that I just started to do the same thing back to make sure I wasn't the one losing out here. It's probably important to mention that he won't keep track if I pay for something. For instance, the other day I paid for an Uber for him and he forgot about it. However, if it was the other way around, he would have 100% been up my ass about it. So it comes across as if he needs to be paying equal amount, as if I need to be paying equal amounts, if not more, for him to be satisfied. What's pushing me over the edge was yesterday he bought something from the corner shop for around £8. I got something for £4.30. Yes, I'm memorizing these costs down to the penny. Now this is what he makes me feel like I have to do in order to not owe him anything. I go to the self-checkout and put my stuff down. He puts his stuff down too. When he gets to paying, I look at him thinking that because what he's getting costs more, he should pay and I should repay him back or whatever, but he just stares off into the distance as if I'm not paying. I just stand there and do the same to see what he does. Eventually, he reluctantly gets his phone out and pays. Once he does and we walk away, he reminds me that he needs to be paid for his own train back home, and I owe him for what I bought for myself. So I ask him, "What do you mean I need to cover the cost of your train home?" Because I'm just confused at this point, and he tells me it's expensive or whatever. As we're walking home, he's talking to me about something to do with his friend's phone. She's always got the latest one. And I make a comment about how always having the newest phone is probably the stupidest waste of money imaginable. He then feels assaulted by me saying that. So I tell him
Of
that's what I
course.
intended.
She got him back. She got her
Yeah.
leg back.
After that, I just stopped talking to him because this whole money thing made me feel really unappreciated. He can throw thousands at his PC, but spending 4.30 pounds on his girlfriend is apparently too far. Once I got home, I transferred him the 4.30 pounds, so he shuts up about it, then just avoid talking to him for 3 hours, although I accidentally fell asleep for 2 of those hours, TBH. He did ask me what's wrong once, to which I replied, "It's nothing. Surely it's self-explanatory." But other than that, he didn't speak to me. He didn't speak to me. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's nothing, may have been immature, but due to my autism and I have alexithymia. I don't know what that is. So while I do try to communicate, sometimes it takes me a bit of time to process my emotions before I can verbalize them, which he is aware of. After some time, I can hear him sniffling as if he's crying, so I ask him if he's all right and hug him. We talk about it for a bit, and he says his interest felt invalidated, and I was upset about was ridiculous. But was he not invalidating me by calling my feelings ridiculous? He justified it by saying that I call it petty myself, although he knows I have a tendency to invalidate my own emotions because of other things that have occurred in my life. He also said that I was in the wrong for leaving him to overthink for 3 hours, although he could have easily talked to me whenever he wanted, but
Or
was too
took a nap
stubborn too.
like she did.
I just say, okay, let's forget it because he seems to be repeatedly missing the point and leave it at that. This was yesterday, but I'm still annoyed about it, as well as the whole thing of him being overly cheap, but of course still buying nice things for himself. Am I unreasonable for wanting him to treat me to things occasionally without expecting an exact repayment for everything? How do I go about this to make him understand? He's a good boyfriend in every other aspect. It's just this, really. Thank you for reading if you got this far. And so this says,
Yeah, because it is long.
edit, we've talked about it and I gave him an ultimatum, either sort it out or leave. He said he'd fix it, so I'm giving him a chance and said I'd believe him when I see it. Constructive criticism is welcome, but please stop commenting and blaming feminism. If that is your only opinion on the matter, I could not care less. My boyfriend has seen those comments and also agrees that they are beyond stupid. Feminism has not influenced either of our approaches to this situation. However, he agrees that my post was necessary for him to see what I was getting at, as he originally thought it was an overreaction.
Did
I
he?
posted here to get a fully unbiased opinion on the matter with no emotional attachment involved. If I had asked friends or my family about it, they'd immediately take my side out of protectiveness over me. We both appreciate the comments, though. So, that's that. And let's get into some comments. What we're all
What we're all here
we all
for.
want. You know? So, this says, he sounds exhausting. You're not dating a man, you're dating a ledger.
And he's a
That one.
child, as is she.
Yeah.
Not in an offensive way.
Yeah, I mean literally. So this one says, I'm not gonna hold your hand when I say this. You hugging him was pathetic and painful to read, girl. Have some self-respect and leave this man. Not the asshole, and I'm sorry you are experiencing this. I know firsthand how hard it can be to grow a backbone. I let my ex walk all over me for years, but this is a complete lack of respect on his end. And this person replied and said, exactly, my skin crawled when I read you hugged him after how he acted towards you. Please get some self-respect and break up with this awful person, please. So, there's that one. This one says, if he's already this transactional at 18, I can't imagine what he'll be like when rent, bills, or other bigger responsibilities come in. And OP responds and said, I didn't even think about this aspect. Thank you for your comment. So there's that one. And then there's this one. And it says, yeah, he's stingy and unpleasant. However, just a word to the wise. To which I replied, it's nothing. Surely it's self-explanatory. No, it's not self-explanatory. Saying it's nothing is passive-aggressive and counterproductive. Ideally, you should
Facts.
explain clearly and calmly what the problem is. Otherwise, it'll never be solved. Don't assume that the other person will understand what you're upset about. Quite often they don't, especially if some time has elapsed since the incident which
Yep.
upset you. They've forgotten all about it by then and have no idea what the issue is. Use your words. And so OP responded and said, I do admit that I probably didn't communicate this properly in the beginning, but after the 3 hours had passed, I said exactly what was upsetting me. He replied by saying he cares about how I feel, but also called it ridiculous, which is why I'm not sure he really understood. So
Though he did call it ridiculous.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on this, host B?
Oh gosh, there's so many. First of all, shout out to OP because she's even more long-winded than I am. I see you. And I appreciate you. Now that I've gotten that out of the way. Okay, lots of things here. First, so young. And so young. I love the youth. And second, this relationship is very transactional. It sounds like it, based on what well, let me back up and say this. Based on what OP has shared, when it comes to spending money, it's very transactional. I would be curious or interested to know what the relationship dynamic is like outside of when it's time to spend money, because there's many ways to be transactional in a relationship. And maybe she said it and maybe I just forgot because like I said, she's long-winded.
He was good in other aspects of the relationship, but you know how that is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how that
Other than
like this big thing, other than him like killing my cat.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a great boy.
And having no regard for my feelings, he's really great.
Yeah,
know,
he's
so,
really great.
you
He's a
know.
really great boyfriend. He gets me Burger King sometimes.
Have it your way.
But we have to split it, you know?
I mean, and that seems okay.
And he like paid $3 for my fries and he wanted my 50s.
Would you please stop the facials and the gestures?
What can I say?
Okay, so yeah, this sounds like a transactional situation, and he sounds like a selfish young man.
Yeah.
Who seems to be unaware at his selfishness. So that is what I think. And also, one of the commenters said, just going silent, saying nothing's wrong. That is a passive aggressive move. But to your credit, OP, you said after you took your long nap accidentally, you woke up and you said, you know what? I know what I'm feeling now. And now I'm going to communicate it. So shout out to you again for doing that once you realize, because sometimes, we don't really know. We can't communicate what we're feeling because we're not really sure what it is. It takes a bit to process and then to be able to verbalize it.
Mm-hmm.
So giving people space and time, that's why sometimes time is a good thing to say, hey, I'm upset and I just need I need a minute and then we'll come back, but always come back, which it seems like what they did. So yeah, but this young man is definitely selfish. I joked sort of, when my daughter was first reading the post, when the word transactional came up, because I have, unfortunately, experienced the same. Mm-hmm. Not in my marriage, but in a different relationship.
Yeah.
And baby, the transactionalness was transactionalnessing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that was a stretch.
That was not a good one.
But
Yeah.
yes, just transactions, going into Zelle and just seeing transaction after transaction where I had to pay this person back or pay my half for the smallest of things. The smallest of things. And when I tell you that this was a super duper duper grown person that I was paying back who is very high income.
I know who this is.
Yes, but we're going to keep it anonymous.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes, but I was like, am I in the twilight zone or am I really being asked to pay this person back for a bottle of lotion from Costco? What?
Yeah, that's just so stingy.
Yeah, it's like,
Especially, and because I know who this is, I know his income range.
yes.
He was not hurting for money.
No.
At all.
No. No.
At all.
And
honey.
just to be respectful, it was never going to work. That was not going to work. But listen, I sound like some of the people who
The
post.
Redditors.
But other than that, he was a really great guy. No, it's like we all have our, pros and cons, right? So that wasn't the extent of the type of person that he was. But I share this only to say that, yes, I have experienced that transactionalness in a relationship, and it is no fun. And it's not really your job to continue to call this out. Either you are in a relationship with a generous person or you are not. Mm-hmm. And generous doesn't necessarily just mean money. Generous means, with time. Generous means with care and consideration. Generous in how the other person relates to you. So this young man is selfish, and he's only 18. And without some intervention, this will continue. And he's going to have to be, conscious of it. And my question to you, LP, is at the young, sweet and adorable age of 18, you've had this experience. I would say move on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get it. Like, you're 18, he's 18. You're not like exactly at the age where you have like tons of disposable income.
Right.
But I mean, you did point out he spent a lot of money on his on things he wants for himself. And he can't spare you. And I don't know how much 4 pounds is. I'd assume it's not that much more than like what it would be in
let's look up the
dollars.
conversion.
But
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. I assume it's not much more than it would be. I assume that'd be like maybe like $6, $7, something not too expensive. But it's just like I get that, like, it just, it seems not good, because, he's being super stingy about like, oh, he want like, oh, like we need to split.
He's treating her like, how like with your mom, and my apologies for interrupting, beautiful one. She loves it. I've decided one of her nicknames now is Beautiful One because she's very beautiful. But
I'm sure you're not biased at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And everybody knows it. The audience supports me on this.
They don't even know what I look like.
They trust my judgment. But he's treating her like mom, right? That, how when mom says, okay, I'll just get that for me when you go to the store, and then I'll pay you back. And then you immediately come in the door like, Mom, I got your thing. You owe me $8. That's how he's treating her. Like, yeah. Mom, pay me back. You said you were going to, oh, Mom, you pay me back. Don't forget you didn't pay me back. It's like, bro, all of the money that I have spent on you happily over the years. You think I'm not going to pay you back $8 because you went to the store and got me, some butter? Calm down. I'm going to send you your money. That's how he's treating her. Like a young kid, a 15-year-old who has a driving permit and went to the store with his older sister who's 17 and can drive, got butter for mom, and is now, just being ridiculous about paying me back
Well,
immediately.
Well, in fairness, that's a pretty big dent in that kid's finances.
I know, but my point is that I get that from a kid that is with their parent, like, please pay me back because I only have $20, and you took and buying this, you took like 65% of my net worth.
Yeah, literally.
So can you please, baby? Like, I understand that from parent to child. That's why I say this guy is treating OP like a parent. Like he's a parent, like, half and half, even Steven, splitsies, It's like, you can't like just go and get me a latte and consider it a treat.
I feel that.
That's not breaking your bank, considering that you're spending thousands. Girl, y'all shouldn't even be mingling money at this age anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my toast.
Yeah. So come on.
I like when you break up with him, come on the show.
Yeah. That part. When you break and you have some insights. Yeah. All right. I support that, Jose. Thank you. You helped me.
Yes.
Because I was getting ready to say, you know what? Don't come on the show. But I wasn't feeling that in my heart. So shout out to Jose, also known as the beautiful one. Okay. So let's get into my next post.
Oh, my nail fell off. It's all the way over there.
No. What happened?
I stretched and it just fell off.
It was like freedom. Okay. So my next post is from Am I the Asshole subreddit. And the title of this is, Am I the Asshole for Not Wanting My Boyfriend to Factor My Son's Survivor Benefits into Our New Household Budget? All right. That look says it all.
Yeah,
like,
immediately.
I'm sorry, like, what now? Okay, get ready. Okay, so I'm a 38-year-old female with a son who's 15 receives $1,100 a month in Social Security survivor benefits from his late father, who passed away when my son was 5. My boyfriend, 40-year-old male, and I have been in an on-again, off-again relationship for a long time. Things have been good recently, and he's proposed. Okay. We're planning on getting a house together. On again, off again. How? I already have concerns.
Immediately, no.
Okay, so I have a son, and he has 3 children, but only one of his kids will be living with us full time. The house we're looking at is $2,500 a month. My boyfriend's proposed budget is for him to pay $950, for me to pay $950, and for us to use $600 from my son's check for the households.
Immediately, no.
He suggests we can then put the remaining $500 from the check into my son's savings. My current practice is to give my son half of his check, $550 for his personal use, and save the other half for him. I think that since he's almost 17, he should have some control over his money. My boyfriend disagrees completely. He thinks that since we are going to be a family, in quotes, all the money should be pulled together for sharing expenses. He thinks I'm wrong and selfish for not wanting to include the survivor benefits in the main budget. We've been going back and forth on this, and I'm feeling incredibly uncomfortable with his expectation. I feel like the benefits are my son's, and should not be used to reduce the adult's portion of the bills. It feels like he's trying to make me subsidize the household using money that was meant for my son's care and future, not to pay his own share of the bills. Am I wrong here? Is it selfish to keep my son's check separate and manage it for his benefit alone? Or is my boyfriend's financial expectation a red flag for our future together, girls? Okay, let's get into some of the comments. Okay, so
Girl.
Okay, so first comment. So he wants to pay $950 and wants you to pay $1,500. Is his child going to kick in $550 a month also? Or is your child going to be on the deed for his contributions to the mortgage? Not the asshole. If you do this, he'll find a way to get the other $500 some way.
Say that.
Yes. And so someone comments to that comment, yes, the roof will need to be redone and a new AC and boiler. Where do you think he's going to get? No, I'm sorry. Where do you think he's going to want to take that money from? The kids' savings. Okay, that's one comment. Okay, so here's another comment. The real issue here is whether it's okay for a boyfriend or partner to include a child's Social Security benefits in the household, in the shared household budget. The answer is no, not the way he's trying to do it. He's treating the benefits like household income, but that money exists because the child's father died. It's meant to support the child, not to reduce how much rent the boyfriend pays. Asking for $600 of the son's money to cover household bill directly benefits the boyfriend financially, not the kid. On top of that, he's calling the mom selfish for wanting to protect and save that money for her son, which is exactly her legal and moral responsibility as the payee. According to Social Security rules, survivor benefits must be used for the child's current needs like food, clothing, housing that benefits the child education, uncovered medical expenses, or saved for their future. They are not meant to offset the boyfriend's share of adult expenses. Trying to fold them into the main budget like this is financially manipulative at best, and at worst, a misuse of funds intended solely for the child. Okay, another comment. Not the asshole. I honestly think this relationship should be off again. Red flags galore from this guy, okay?
Yeah.
She called it. The money is meant for the health and welfare of your son, not for extra spending money to subsidize him. Don't let him move in. He will sap everything you have. He is already eyeing the money meant for your son. All right. There you have it, host A. What are your thoughts?
Immediately no. Immediately no. As the commenter said, like, that is not even your money. That's your son's money. And personally, I wouldn't have told him about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is a conversation for like after we get married or something like that. Because that's not my money. That's not money that anybody in this household aside from my son can touch. And so it's just extremely inappropriate that he would think to factor in your son's survivor benefits into the household income, because essentially he is asking your son to pay his way now at like what, 16? Like,
yeah. It's gross.
It's nasty. It's so nasty. And like I said, this man has been your on again, off again boyfriend.
Girl.
You were on again and off again for a reason. You were off for a reason. Do not marry this man.
Sorry to this man.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, not sorry to this man. He deserves it. Because ain't no way. I
heard that.
That this man is no.
You're like, I can't. I'm speechless.
I can't do it. I cannot do it because this guy, like, none of his kids are contributing and he has 3 of them.
Yeah.
So now what?
And he came up with the budget.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to, you need to, and he's calling you selfish? Girl, turn this relation, press the off button and walk away.
Yes.
You need to
End it.
Yeah, end it, rip off the Band-Aid,
Yes.
walk away. Not the asshole at all. Because if I were in this position, I'd be looking at him like he's crazy.
Like, be for real.
I'm like, this is a joke, right?
Like the dogs when they
Yeah.
their heads, when they turn their heads, looking
like,
at you like, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, literally. Like,
except the dogs are cute.
Yeah, the dogs are cute and are pure of heart.
Yes.
This man is not.
He is. Ooh. This will be one of the.
Yeah.
This will be a regrettable decision.
Yeah, marrying this man is one of the worst decisions that you could make. So don't do it. You said he was your off again boyfriend. Turn it off and get to stepping. Okay. Seriously, get to stepping.
Get to stepping. Okay, Salsa. Yes.
Oh
See, you are honorary. It's coming out. You know what I mean? And your gestures and the sayings. I'm so proud.
Oh my God. Anyways, but yeah, she needs to move on and find. Oh my God. Oh no. No. Move on.
Similar to our friend, our 18-year-old friend.
Yeah.
And
seriously.
this lets you know this man is what, 38, I think?
Where y'all finding these demons, okay?
Okay, that's I laughed at it the other week, but now I'm a different person and I'm very
okay.
I don't know what to say. Wait, this man is how old is he? 40. So they should come on the show. She should come on the show from the last post, your last post.
When she
breaks up with him, and you, OP, you should come on the show together.
Yeah, once you break up.
Once you end this.
Once you end this relationship.
Sham of a fiance or an engagement, because girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say your piece.
Okay. Thank you. I have to check in because sometimes she gets moody. So,
girl, bye.
And I hear about it afterwards.
Bye.
She lets me have it. Then I remind her.
Don't even start. She's trying to act like she's tough.
I know I'm not tough.
Exactly. So say your piece. Jeez.
Okay.
Yes, mother.
That's better. Okay, so like I said, come on the show after you end this sham of a relationship. So here's, this man is 40. He's coming up with the budget. You don't have any input. Why are we talking about? I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And like host A said, why does he even know about this money? I mean, at some point, this will be a conversation to be had. But, if dude is like, sort of scraping by to afford the house, then maybe this is not the house that you should have. Maybe there's more work to be done on saving and being able to increase your income so that you can afford a home that doesn't include, robbing your actual child from his benefit from Social Security because his dad passed.
I swear to God, older people always say social.
Oh, did I say that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
it's always like the older generation, like they're like Social Security.
So okay,
social.
Are you? I meant to say that. Social Security.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, that aside, just find some. No, don't do any of that. Do that with a relationship that actually should be continuing. This one, in my opinion, using the whole selfish thing, oh, you're selfish, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. The kid gets $1,100 a month. It's not a ton of money.
That can go towards his schooling.
Exactly. Who, hopefully this kid is almost 17, so
He'll be heading off to school soon.
and that money, you won't have access to it. I don't even know if the kid will have access to it anymore after he gets 18. I don't know what the rules are. So how are you going to build a budget around a kid's money that will either A, he won't have access to anymore, or B, the mom won't be the payee. Yeah. He will be the payee.
Yeah, and he's not going to want to put $600 a month towards your household. A house that he won't even live in anymore.
Yes. So, wrong on so many levels. Like, your budget is short-sighted.
Wrong.
Exactly. So, OP, I think you can hit the off button like has been previously recommended. It's on again, off again. Why is he even back? Why are you? Sometimes people this guy is 40, you're 38. And sometimes, and part of me understands this, people get to a point in their lives when they just want more in terms of material things and stability, right? So they figure they'll marry this person who they know, because it's been on again, off again. And now they're getting to the point in their lives where they want to sort of, have more stability, have assets or whatever. And so joining forces financially with someone is how they know they can do it, or how they believe the quickest way to get there is to get married and combine two incomes. So, okay, I understand that logically, but that's no reason to get married. It's just not. It's not like you're both, 23, 21, 22, and you're building together, you're coming together. Neither one of you really has any money, and you're coming together. He's trying to create instant stability, financial stability. And, for me, it's a no. It's a no, because if you've been making it on your own, then you can continue to make it on your own and not, his rationale. I can't. Yeah. I can't with this. And I think, OP, what are you pretending not to know about this guy? Because maybe it sounds good to you too, that you can buy a house now, you can do this and you can do that, but you actually have to live in that house with this person. Yeah. Who's calling you selfish and trying to take money out of your kids' pocket.
Yeah, and a house that you with a mortgage you probably won't be able to afford after a couple of years. After this kid, either the, like you said, the survivor's benefit stops once he turns 18, or when he now has control of that money and it goes directly to him, and he doesn't want to give it to you.
No.
So, and maybe he's an exceptionally giving kid and he may want to give it to you, but maybe he won't.
Maybe he wants to give it to his mother.
Yeah.
And not you. Yeah. Potential stepfather who sees him as a bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He is not deserving. I'm not saying he's the worst person in the world. I don't know this man, but don't tie yourself to this person. You already know the answer. You know the answer. Trust yourself. You know the answer. And if you don't, and you agree to this, even if he takes that $600 off the table and says, whatever, it's going to come back up. And you're still married to the person who wanted to do this. What has changed about him objectively or demonstrably that says to you he's done work, and he realizes,
Jeez.
Exactly. With my right. You need to burp me.
Well, I'm the child. I get burped.
That's right. Let's make you a cat. Anyway, okay, sorry.
Actually, not my government name. Host A, please.
I can't help it. Moms be mommy. But don't marry him. Don't do it.
across the board. Zeros across
Exactly.
the board.
Zeros across the judges. Zeros. If we could give negatives, we would.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we could go lower, we would.
Yes. So, and again, going back to after you resolve this issue, come on the show, and you're going to be paired with OP from host A's last post.
Yeah.
And we want to hear about,
have a discussion.
From two different little generations. We've got an 18-year-old and then a 38-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mix it up. Give me a little,
Gen Z.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes. So come on the show.
Okay, anyways. So, on to the last post of the day, which is my post. And this one, I found this one this morning. I had already found like my post, but then I was like, I had stumbled across it this morning, and I was like, now this.
Is it juicy?
Yeah.
A lot of chaos.
Yeah. So this is from RAITAH, Am I the Asshole? And it says, Am I the asshole for not believing my girlfriend?
Okay.
So when you hear how old these people are and how long they've been dating, girl. Okay. So
I'm not a long dating proponent, but
it's okay. So me, 37 male, and my girlfriend, 36 female, we have been together about 6 months. Things moved fast, probably because we're both in our 30s and know what we want. Communication and transparency are very important to me. I'm divorced with kids and she has never been married, but she loves my kids and I have them this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other day she was scheduled to work 1 to 8 p.m. at a bar/restaurant. Around 5, I texted her asking how work was going. She didn't reply, so I stopped at a gas station and picked up her favorite soda to drop off at her job. Yeah, exactly. And she works at a bar/restaurant. My kids wanted to see her too. When I got there, one of her coworkers pulled out her phone and texted my girlfriend in front of me. While doing that, the coworker told me she asked me to let her know if you came by, and her boss confirmed the same thing, adding that she had been cut at 3:30 because it was slow, and everyone is acting like they know something I don't. Lately, I feel like she is pulling back, so to find out she wasn't busy at work and never said anything or replied didn't sit well with me, just a gut feeling. Then almost immediately, my girlfriend replied to the text I had sent 30 minutes earlier, then another text, then sends a pic of her and her mom at dinner, then calls. I didn't answer so I could cool down. Normally, if I miss her call, she waits for me to call back, but she calls me again. I don't answer. I had to get dinner for my kids and pick up some parts for my car. Afterward, our text conversation went something like this, paraphrased for clarity. I asked why she didn't tell me she got cut early, and she said she didn't think that she needed to because she made plans with her mom. I asked why she asked a coworker to tell her if I showed up, and she insisted she didn't. I told her it hurt she was ignoring me, that I'd been feeling her pull away, and that walking in and hearing everyone act like they knew something I didn't was embarrassing. She said she didn't wasn't ignoring me and that her phone was in her purse. I pointed out the timing. Only after the coworker texted her did she call and text me, which she couldn't explain. Almost every time she gets cut early, she lets me know, especially if she's planning to have dinner with her mom, so this felt unusual. After our text, I called her. She kept denying it and never gave me an explanation, just going in circles. I started getting more and more frustrated. I always told her it's fine for us to have time apart if she needs time alone with her mom, but I need communication. After going round and round, I told her I'm not okay with being effing lied to and then hung up. I called her after calming down. That's when she admitted she did get the text from her coworker, so she had lied in our first conversation. She apologized for not telling me she got off work early. I apologized for snapping, but not for my feelings when we were supposed to talk tomorrow. Am I the asshole? Am I overreacting? So.
Yes.
So this comments, we're getting into the comments as always. This comment says, do you make a habit of showing up at her work, bringing her a soda she likes? Sounds like you dropped by to check up on her because she didn't respond to a text you sent her at 5 p.m. at a restaurant/bar she was working. And it's probably not the first time, which is why she wanted coworkers to let her know if you showed up. She's backing away from you. You rushed it too fast, too soon, and now she can't even go to work without you showing up.
I know that's right.
And yeah, in the post, it implies like, like the coworker's like, oh, she told me to tell you if you showed up. So he has a habit of doing this.
Yes.
And so this person replied to this comment and said, yeah, dropping off a soda for someone who works at a restaurant. I can't think of a soda that's so good I'd have my significant other drop it off for me. I could be wrong, but it sounds a little smothering. So.
And sus.
Yeah. So that's that one. This one says, bro, nobody believes you just showed up at her work to bring her a effing soda to her restaurant job.
Okay.
They ain't got no soda there.
Okay, like, first of all.
Yeah. It says, you showed up at her work because you're controlling. She is responding in a shady way because that's the dynamic established by a dude that shows up at his girlfriend's place of work, quote, to bring her a soda. Also, bringing your kids into dating drama on purpose to make her feel extra guilty for having dinner with her mother. Edit to add, yes, obviously, you're the asshole.
Not obviously. Ooh, I love this person. Okay.
Like, bro, nobody believes you.
Nobody believes you. Okay. Said what needed to be said. Okay.
Say that.
Yes.
Say that.
I love that. I love you, commenter.
Yes.
Put him in his place.
Mm-hmm. So this one says, you're the asshole. When she's at work, she needs to focus on her job. Her patrons, coworkers, and boss don't need you bugging the piss out of her. When she's with her mom, or anyone really, they are her focus. You have no right to isolate her. You're just some dude she's dating, not her warden or her parent. If you want her as a partner, stop dragging your baggage into this relationship. Stop trying to smother and control her. I had an ex who left me alone during the day, text-wise, unless I was busy or with someone else, usually shopping with my mother, where he would bombard me with texts, tell me to pick up stuff for him, and suddenly just need my undivided attention. To the point where if I didn't let him, oh my gosh, I can't read. I didn't tell him I went anywhere / was with anyone just to get some space / peace / privacy.
Lots of flashes.
Yeah.
I love
Guess what? If you keep this up, you'll be an ex soon too. And to add, WTF does she need you to bring her a soda in a location where she quite literally serves soda? On top of that, you drag your children into it. You're big mad she lied, quote unquote, didn't tell you her every fart. but you're lying to yourself about your own motivations. You're checking up on her to soothe your own ego and fuel your insecurities. The coworkers no doubt have your number, hence the text to alert your girlfriend that you're stalking her place of work of employment.
Again.
You're stalking her place of employment with a quote unquote soda. So
girl,
that's that comment. And then there's one last comment. And this says, I bet you everyone at her work talks about you and knows that you're overbearing because you show up at her work with your kids in tow unannounced to give her a soda, which she legit doesn't need because she works at a bar / restaurant. Her coworkers probably think you're insane and overbearing, and they aren't wrong either. So,
girl,
what are your thoughts on this piece?
The audacity of OP to get on Beyonce's internet.
Seriously.
On Reddit. And post this, expecting to get what?
He's like, guys, like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
Girl, you got exactly what you came for.
I just mother my girlfriend and stalk her at work with my kids. Like, I don't understand.
What's the problem?
Literally.
Girl, you got exactly what you came for, playing on Beyonce's internet on Reddit.
Yeah, seriously.
Reddit did what Reddit does, and that is read you for filth.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Ate him up.
Ate him up.
Ate him up.
In a bad way. Not as in, oh, she ate and left no crumbs.
They ate you up.
They ate you up and put you in your place. Bro, as the commenter said, nobody believes that you were,
yeah.
you were just,
nobody believes you, bro.
Nobody believes
Nobody is buying that.
Like, what in the I mean,
Nobody's believing you. Like, you went to drop
even
off
your
a
own
soda.
mom would not believe
You went to
you.
drop off. You went to give her a soda at a restaurant, at a bar/restaurant.
You went to take her a Sprite.
Ain't no way, bro. Yeah, if I know, it's like, it's not even like one of like the unique flavors of like
No.
Coca-Cola or Sprite or whatever.
Sprite.
Yeah, literally. If it was like a Sprite, like, I don't know, cranberry, or like a Coca-Cola, like cherry vanilla, like maybe I could understand it. But like, if it's just like Diet Coke,
Yes.
it's like,
be serious, okay?
Ain't no way. And she can make do with the soda already at her work, okay?
Yeah, I think she's good.
Yeah.
I think she's good.
Old girl is fine.
Yes, this is sir, you need a lot of you've got some work to do. Not with your girlfriend, because I support her leaving you. You have work to do for your well-being and the well-being of your children that you are using as props in this situation.
And also the fact that you have, like, your kids know who your girlfriend is after only 6 months. Like,
yes.
And maybe it's just me, but it's like, if you are in a relationship and you have kids, those kids shouldn't be meeting your partner until you all have established a good long relationship.
Yes. Where I come from, no, this would not happen at 6 months. Absolutely not.
Because you don't need the kids getting involved in, like,
yeah.
And after such a short period of time, like, if you're not even sure you're going to be with this person, like after a year, maybe you could introduce the kids. After a year.
But not dragging them around to where you're.
Yeah, what are we doing?
The kids are like, they're going to have memory of this. And they're like, Dad was wacko.
Yeah, that girlfriend really liked.
Yeah, he drove her away. Boyfriend, don't get on the internet.
But Dad was so clingy and annoying that she did.
Exactly. It's exactly what she's doing. I mean, she doesn't have to check in with you. Like someone said, she's not on parole.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not.
She's not on parole.
And that's how he's treating her. Like,
you're not her, like the person said, you're not her keeper. No. Like, you don't need to know where she is all the time.
Put a tracker on her, a little LoJack. If you know, you know. Those of us of a certain age know what LoJack is. I mean, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. This is just indicative of the fact that there's so many people, so many of us, that we have to get out of our own way by looking at what motivates us to do the crazy shit we sometimes do that make it difficult to be in relationship with other people, whether it's just a friendship or a romantic partnership. You need to have the ability to reflect on your behavior and your decisions and communicate. And that requires doing some work instead of trying to, go from one relationship to the next to fill some emptiness that only you can fill. I mean, you're about the worst one I've heard today. Literally, this is the worst one I've heard today. Yeah. Even worse than old boy who was trying to steal the child's money.
Yeah, all these relationship problems. Yeah, this is like the relationship issues.
Yeah. Episode. I mean, this is like the person that's not getting, I don't even think it's a relationship issue. It's people who have sense trying to be in relationships with people who don't have sense. That's how I would describe it. Like trying to live your life and be prosperous, but yet you're dealing with someone or trying to be in a relationship with someone who is not at your level. They're not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. And that's just, that's just what it is. And I would say, don't string it out. Don't stay in that situation. Don't keep thinking, well, okay, I think we've got it. Now we've had this discussion that a relationship that should have ended 3 months ago,
yeah,
ends up going for 13 years.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go.
Let that. It's always one of my favorite memes where it's like a picture that says "let that," and then it's a picture of a mango. That one always kills me. Let that mango. Ah, that's a good one.
For your benefit and for his.
Yes.
Right?
And we don't care about his benefit, but do it for yours.
Go on and, I don't know, do your work. You're just going to keep getting in these relationships because the dynamics are not changing. You're just looking for the same person.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why you got divorced. I mean,
we know.
Yeah.
Yes, we know. Unfortunately, I think we can,
we can extrapolate.
Exactly. That part. I love that. Like I said, tax dollars at work.
Okay.
Tax dollars at work. But anyway, sir, do not get back on the internet with your foolishness. Don't do this. I don't have time for this. Though you have entertained me for the last, 20 minutes or so, I don't want to hear from you again. So don't come on the show. You could listen to the show for real. Because that does help. Listen to the show. Actually, now that I think about it, listen to the show because you might actually learn some things, sir. You are too mature to still be exhibiting these childish, you know what? Not even childish. You have some holes.
Yeah,
you need to look into
fix that.
Yes. And that's that on that.
Yeah. So anyways, that is the last post and that is the end of this week's podcast. We hope you all enjoyed. I know I did.
And I did too. Episode 32 is in the books.
Yes.
It's 32, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
32.
That's right.
Yes.
So as we always ask, please rate, review, and share the show amongst your friends and anyone that you know.
Yes.
We appreciate you all coming back and listening every week. And shout out to you all.
Yeah. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.